बाबू अक्का।
We will start in 5 minutes. Please wait patiently.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Meghna Joshi, and on behalf of Team MESA and our college, I would like to welcome our today's chief guest, Mr. Sriram Mathe. Also, I would like to welcome our HOD, KK Dhande sir, Atul sir, and all the faculty members and students present here. Also, I would like to wish every one of you a very happy Engineers Day. 15 September in India is celebrated as Engineers Day to appreciate the marvelous contribution of engineers for the development of the country. On this day, we also remember M. Vishweshwaraya for dedicating his life for the country's development. We celebrate Engineers Day on 15 September in India, remembering him as on his birthday. Now, I just want to give you a short introduction to everyone about Team MESA. MESA is an association for the students which look forwards for the technical development of the students and organizes various activities for it. I would like to tell you all some of our very amazing work. These 2 years, 2019 and 2020, we have been arranging the plantation program, in which not only students but also teachers participated and planted trees. We are also celebrating Teachers' Day from last few years. It is one of the most special event which is organized by MESA. Also, from last 3 consecutive years, 2017, 18, 19, 20, we have been arranging blood donation camp. We have got a very amazing response to this camp too. We are conducting SOTI, Student of the Year, from last 3 years in a college, and it is one of the most successful event of a college. This was all about Team MESA. Now I request Atul Patil sir to say a few words on this occasion of Engineering Day.
Very good afternoon and warm welcome to all dear students and eminent speakers, Mr. Sriram Mate, on this Engineers Day celebration event organized by Team MESA, Department of Mechanical Engineering, D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology, Pimpri, Pune. First of all, wishing all dear students and eminent speaker, Mr. Sriram Mate, a happy Engineers Day. I am Dr. Atul Patil, and it gives me immense pleasure to extend very warm greetings on behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Technology, Pimpri, Pune. It is great honor for me to welcome all you in this Engineering Day celebration event. First of all, I would like to welcome Honorable Principal Dr. Pramod Patil, Dean Academics Dr. Urmila Patil, and Head of Department Dr. KK Dhande. I heartily welcome our eminent speaker, Mr. Sriram Mathe, Mechanical Engineering from IIT Delhi, and currently associated with Transim Technologies Private Limited, Bangalore, as a Senior Technical Lead NPD Electromechanical. I take this opportunity to welcome all mechanical engineering students in this webinar on scope of mechanical engineering. I wish you all again happy Engineers Day and enjoy the today's webinar. Now I request Meghna Joshi to take a charge of this program. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to introduce guest of our day, Mr. Sriram Subhash Mate. Mr. Mate is a BE mechanical engineer. He has completed his BE from WIT Solapur. After that, he appeared for GATE examination in 2006. I would like to tell you all that he scored All India rank 136 and 99.39 percentile in his examination. Then he pursued his MTech in machine designs from IIT Delhi. He has 13 plus years of very rich experience in new product development and integration experience in aerospace and automotive domain. He takes various classes and labs like automobile engineering, vibration engineering, engineering drawing, Pro-E for BTech students at IIT Delhi. He is associated with Pune University as external examiner for engineering subjects, project vivas, and subject panelist. Today, he would be taking the webinar on scope of mechanical engineering. This is a very important topic for all of us as we are coming across the news like recessions, unemployment, etc. Hence, he can help us in clearing our doubts and vision for the future. Now, I would request Shriram sir to start with the webinar.
Thank you, Meghna Joshi and Atul Patil for your introduction. And also thank you, MESA team and DY Patil Institute of Technology, HOD principal for giving me opportunity as an eminent speaker to guide the students. I'm happy and to guide you. Just I'm starting sharing my screen. Are you able to see? Hello.
No, sir. We can't see the shared screen still now.
Just check now because already shared as an entire screen.
No, sir. Still, we are not able to see the screen.
I think so. Someone is sharing, then they have to stop it.
Sir, currently no one is sharing. When you go for share my screen, again click that box which would appear on your screen.
Okay, 1 minute. Present now option is there. Then
Yes, sir. Click it.
Your entire screen option is there.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Okay, I already went for that, and after that,
Click on the screen, sir. That box would appear. Click on that.
okay, and then share. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
sir. Okay, sir. No
Now-
problem.
Now you are able to see everyone.
Yes, sir. Now it is.
Yes, sir.
able.
Now we
Yes,
are able to see.
Okay, thank you all. So first of all, happy Engineers Day to all. And as you know, we are celebrating Engineers Day on the occasion of basically a Bharat Ratna, Dr. Vishwesvaraya, who actually graduated from COP Pune, and he constructed many dams in India, starting from Pune, Khadakwasla, and also in Mysore. Near Mysore, Vrindavan Garden is there, where he constructed a big dam. And he served as a Diwan of Mysore as well when he was there and during engineering. And he constructed various dams in the country. Basically, he was a civil engineer. He did PhD, and finally, in 1955, awarded as a Bharat Ratna. So staying nearby and visited both Pune dams, and as well as right now in Bengaluru, visited that Mysore dam. I went inside. I have seen the construction and everything, and cross-sectional view they have depicted actually. That also I have seen. So I was actually get excited, and while looking at the construction and dam, which it was construction before our independence, and it was great achievement. So on behalf of that, we are celebrating Engineers Day to all. Once again, happy Engineers Day to all. So today's topic basically is a scope of mechanical engineer. So basically, a mechanical engineer means an engineer. Generally, whenever we talk about an engineer, will be giving a solution to the problems. So he will be having problem-solving approach, and problems can be mechanical. But now, because of COVID situation, if you are able to give a solution to the problems which are general or which will help to the society or life or their family life, as well as sustenance of society, that is also great achievement, basically. So when I am talking about scope of mechanical engineering, a lot of things will come. Industries are there. So I will start basically with government organizations, basically where mechanical engineers will be serving, basically. ISRO, so Indian Space Research Organization, then DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization. Then there are the organizations like HAL, NAL, BEL. HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. NAL is National Aeronautics Limited. BEL, Bharat Electrical Limited. And there is BHAL as well, Bharat Heavy Electric Limited. Apart from that, NTPC, National Thermal Power Plant Corporation. ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. Then BPCL, Bharat Petroleum Chemical Limited. Other things are there. You can go in banking segment as well. Corporate social responsibility and rural development, and so on. So you can serve various government organizations, and after completing your BE or during your BE appearing only, you can appear for the multiple exams as well, mainly. So various competitive exams are like GATE, Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. So this is basically for doing MTech within India at IITs, Regional Engineering College, National Institute of Technologies, or various NITs, and as well as a reputed college in Maharashtra and rest of the India. Also, some candidates want to do EMS, their post-graduation from outside countries as well. Sometimes Australia, US, they want to go, UK, as well as somebody wants to go to Germany as well. So they have to appear for the various other exams as well, GRE and TOEFL, Test of English as a Foreign Language, basically. And there are various autonomous bodies within India, government organizations, where you can appear for exams as well. For example, IAS. When I'm talking about IAS, it is conducted by UPSC, basically, Indian Administrative Services. Then where you can choose one of the subject as a mechanical engineering, and you have to opt for another subject, because during mains exam, you have to select two subjects. One you can give mechanical, and other you can select based on your choice. Basically, geography, you can go for other subject, mathematics as well. Or sometimes you can leave mechanical subjects and you can go select general subjects as well based on your interest. Some people might select history and politics, politics and geography, a two subject combination. Then Indian Engineering Services is also there, where you can opt for that exam, which is also conducted by the government. Here preliminary exam will be there, and also written test will be there in detail once you shortlist for preliminary, and followed by technical round. Similarly, Indian Forest Services, IFS is also there, where you can opt for the engineering. Basically, IAS, any graduate can opt for that exam, and mechanical engineers are eligible. In IAS and IFS, there are separate openings for mechanical engineering, production engineering, civil engineering, basically. Now there are other organizations as well within government where you want to serve for the nation. You want to go in military, as well as Indian Navy or Indian Air Force. They are conducting exams like Service Selection Board, where you can go for Indian military and Indian Navy. Through that, a 5 days rigorous test will be there based on your written test results, and detailed interview will be there, basically. There is another exam to serve for the nation, is Combined Defense Services, CDS, and also Indian Air Force, where you can go for the pilot or on-site engineer or ground station engineer, basically. So another main thing, so as I introduced about government organizations, competitive exams, many of the companies or government organizations, there is a education criteria all of you should know as on today, because many of the students who are joining this webinar may be from first year engineering, second year, third year, and as well as final year engineering. So many organizations and also government organizations expect qualification as a minimum first class with no backlogs, basically. And some organizations like ONGC, BPCL, they want candidates who are qualified GATE, because they know that if someone is qualified the GATE or they achieved a good rank in GATE exam, they will be technically sound, basically. and no need to invest in training and development for such candidates who are already qualified for GATE, because they are having the sound technical knowledge. They have done some design calculations, heat treatment, fluid mechanics, mathematics, manufacturing awareness. So do you have any question in first slide?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
I found one exam called as FCAT.
Okay.
Sir, is that also for mechanical engineer, and what things are the same criteria for that also?
So many examples, generally they will not say mechanical engineering. So what happens generally, some of the exams will be available for engineering domain, whether it is electrical, mechanical, production engineering, or reliability engineering, or aerospace engineering, basically. So they will mention as a criteria in engineering from any discipline. That means that you can opt for that exam, irrespective of mechanical or any engineering domain. If it is specifically for mechanical, then they will mention mechanical/electrical or electronics or production. If they have not mentioned that, then you can opt for that exam.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So I will be moving to the next slide. As I indicated, a solution to the engineering or engineering problems will be given by mechanical engineers. So what generally an engineer do? He will do some organized thinking, and he will generate the idea towards the resolve the problems, basically. And problems can be from industries as well as from the general problems what you are facing in COVID-19 situation. So someone is coming out with ventilator design based on COVID situation, or some face mask which will cover entirely and also avoid the breathing problems. So many diseases and infringement of the external particles into your human respiratory systems. So various infusion pumps design as well will be there. But there are various industries actually. Just I have listed down some of the industries generally where mechanical engineer supports. So when we are talking about automotive, so 4-wheeler, or 2-wheeler, or 3-wheeler segments, Tata Motors, Mahindra and Mahindra, Mercedes-Benz, General Motors, electrical cars, vehicles, Tesla. These are the automotive industries. Aerospace industry is also there. Airbus, Boeing, and various avionics companies are there, like HCL, Wipro, Transdyne, Esterline, then UTC Aerospace Systems. All of the companies, they are into aerospace domain. And when I am talking about aerospace and automotive, I will say from automotive perspective, Pune and Chennai are the basically automotive hub. A lot of automotive companies are situated in Pune and as well as Chennai industrial area. And when talking about aerospace domain, a lot of aerospace companies are there in Bengaluru, basically, because a lot of aerospace organizations are here only nearby. So aerospace hub is basically first, I will say Bengaluru. Then some of the companies are there in Hyderabad and as well as Pune. Next segment, I am talking about heavy equipment. When I am talking about heavy equipment, it is basically the earth moving equipment, like companies like JCB, Poland, Tata Hitachi, or some of the companies will be in the steel industries as well, which is also considered as a heavy industry. A fourth segment, industrial segment, I am talking about a medical equipment. Which are the companies in medical equipment? You know, all aware of that we are procuring the Philips bulb from our childhood. They are into other domains as well, general appliances like mixer, dryer, and all these things. But apart from that, they are into heavy medical equipment as well, MRI, CT scan, X-ray machines, and other medical equipments. And they are having, Philips company, a big plant in Pune and as well as innovation center in Bangalore as well. Apart from Philips, there are GE healthcare companies, then Dickinson is there, one of the company, and Siemens also entered into the medical equipment domain. And because of COVID-19 situation, recently many companies are entering into the medical equipment domain. a simple equipment. It might be oscilloscope, X-ray machine, or anything, inhalation machine, ventilation, all these things. Next domain is available is the locomotive, or I will say rail. Rail industry means many majority of metro projects are going in constructions. Already some of the phases completed in Pune area. It is completed in Bangalore. Delhi is already up and running well with metro. Hyderabad, it is still in construction. Chennai, it is going on. So various metro cities and prime important city in India will go for rail, where metro projects will be coming soon, and it is going already on. Some of the companies are like Alstom, then another company is Bombardier Transportation. These are into the metro domain basically, and many other companies are also coming there. So in these companies also mechanical engineer will support from vehicle integration or design development point of view. Another company, generally I have written HVAC. This is a general industrial word used. If you find any job description of any opening, you will find this word. So it is nothing but heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. So you will enter into the refrigeration companies like LG and other companies, where you will be calculating the heating load, cooling load, or you will be designing the sites from HVAC perspective. You are designing the ducts, all the things for new commissioning of the plants, and as well as for the factories, and as well as of the offices. So this is also good domain. And based on COVID situation, yes, so removing of bacteria and as well as filtration of air is important factor, and a lot of recruitment is happening in refrigeration domain and medical equipment domain during this COVID-19 situation as well. Another field which is coming, emerging, is a very faster today is robotics and automation. So many industries like steel plant or foundry and all these things, where robotics is basically needed. If you Tata Motors, Tata Indical line, or many other lines, there is robots are used basically for welding processes, spot welding. Also human lines are also there, and also various automation industries where robots will be useful. Nowadays robots are coming also in food industries, hotel management, as well as where in the hotel also they are providing the robots, as well as in academics during also they are planning for robot. And generally in IIT Delhi they will be generally doing the robotics competition every year. So various institutes will participate and healthy competition will be available there. And various specializations are also available after your engineering in robotics and automation. Another industry is, I will say, steel, foundry, and heat treatment. So many of you have already studied some of the subjects related to foundry and heat treatment in your day-to-day engineering subjects. So steel plants are there, Tata Steel, Bhushan Steel, then Tisco. Various foundries are there, and also heat treatment plant. When I am talking about heat treatment plant for steel ingots or metal ingots or in process, there are various heat treatment processes needed: annealing, normalizing, nitriding, all these things. So you need that. Sometimes we imagine that steel plant means will be a very huge, a lot of acres of land is needed. But nowadays, some of the companies are coming with micro steel plant, where your tonnage capacity will be less than 0.1 metric ton, basically. So some of the companies like Electrotherm is one of the company. They are into this domain and they are providing micro steel plant basically to the customers. Now another domain available, industrial domain, is energy. So when I am talking about energy, it will be renewable or non-renewable energies. So wind turbine companies are there, where you will be required for designing gearbox, a structural design, aerodynamic design of the blades, as well as solar companies are there for solar panels, hydroelectric power plants like in Koinanagar, Pune, nearby Pune Konkan area, as well as thermal power plant, where mechanical engineers are needed. So thermal power plant will basically work on the steam energy basically as an input, and hydroelectric power plant will work on the input, hydel energy. So water flowing through penstock and having kinetic energy will be used as a input basically, and where Kaplan turbines, other turbines will be used based on the head of the reservoir available basically. And also lot of coastal area is available in India, north, west side and east side. So lot of tidal power plants are also available, which I missed here to capture. Another thing, lot of elevator companies are there, OTs, and elevator I am talking about means passenger lifts as well as industrial lifts, overhead cranes in the industry required, and other services, cranes in the construction sites. So there also a lot of opportunity will be there in elevator industry. Another thing, because of hygiene and all these things and automation, food industries also requires a mechanical engineer for designing, servicing or commissioning or continuous improvement or value engineering, for supervisor or production management. So a lot of food companies are also needing mechanical engineer. Australia and New Zealand, generally a lot of food industries are available in that area, basically in that country, in India as well available. And many of the mechanical engineers will get placed in food industries. Animation is one of the things where a lot of mechanical engineers are required for sketching, styling purposes, and as well as logic development or software development at the background. Another industry, I will say chemical industries, Asian Paints, other paints companies, sanitizers, soaps, and also petrochemical industries. These are also industry where mechanical engineers are required. A list is exhaustive, not limited to this. You will find mechanical engineers suitable anywhere. Basically, mechanical, civil engineering, and electrical engineering. These are the basic engineering branches where you can serve many industries. And many times you will find a civil and mechanical engineer, lot of role will be similar, because in erection of any plants and all these things, still mechanical engineering is required for structural calculations and all these things. But also civil engineer required for soil mechanics, then also to study the nature of soil, how much story building we can perform there. Sometimes mechanical and civil engineer joint projects will be there for wind turbine, basically, where they will be working jointly, or very much tall building where they have to do analysis for a wind load and other loads. Students, do you have any questions in this slide? I think no questions. I will continue for the next slide. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're
Yes,
audible.
sir.
Okay. Yeah. So now I am moving to the industry now. So generally, if you join any industry, any organization, there will be a lot of departments will be there, and roles will be there in that departments. So here in this slide, what I captured actually, what are the various departments or roles where mechanical engineer will go. So you are finding first as a HRD, human resource development. So you will get surprised how mechanical engineer can go in human resource development. It is possible. What happens generally, whenever someone joins as a mechanical engineer, they will do during shop floor or design or any activity. After 2-3 years, suppose he wants to pursue his career in HR, he can complete his MBA in human resource, or without completing MBA as well, he can join, because he worked hands-on for mechanical engineering skill set. And he is the right person to recruit mechanical engineer from various colleges, basically. So he will find in HRD, as well as if he has done any finance management course, he can go in finance as well. He will go in training and development. But these things are, some experience is needed, basically. If he has experience, prior knowledge, then he is able to do justice for these departments or these roles. Training and development. When I am talking about training and development, we are recruiting, generally industry will recruit a lot of ITI people, diploma people, engineering people, then postgraduates, IIT people, then MTech people, as well as PhD people. So from low level to high level, various employees will join the organization, and based on their skill level and their qualification, training plan needs to be done. So ITIS person is joining means it need an extensive training program for 1 week or 15 days like that. When B or MTech people are joining, maybe that program will be 20 days, which will be classroom. And also, if we join Tata Motors, if any of your friends are there in Tata Motors, if GET will be there, graduate engineering training, they will be there for 6 months in one department, other 6 months another department. For postgraduate training, after IIT, all these things, there will be 20 days program, basically, extensive program. And after that, they can select the 3 departments. This. I have written another department, styling. This is also department or engineer. Generally, we have studied in design, aesthetics, basically. So styling engineer will decide how car should look like. So he will do the render or sketches. He will not do any calculations, only sketches, basically. If you are good in sketching, handcrafts, then you can go for in styling department, basically. Another department I have captured at 3 bullet points, sales. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought that I have left the meeting. That's why just.
No, sir.
Okay. Then you will find sales department. A sales department will exist. Your role will be sales engineer or sales manager for selling of commodity.
Hello, sir.
So
can you please reshare your screen?
Oh, it is already shared. All are not
Please
yet.
do it again, sir.
Okay. I will stop sharing. It was visible actually to everyone. Maybe some of the people are not visible.
No, sir.
Sir, now it is visible, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, now it is visible to everyone?
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there will be departments like sales, marketing, business development, vendor development, purchase, SCM means supply chain management. There also mechanical engineers are needed. Sales means they have to sell the product. You have to sell car, trucks, bus, any product, ventilator, all these things. You have to fetch the business from outside world. So business development is needed. Market research you have to do. Vendor development means you have to develop the vendors, whatever designed inside. You have to go in purchase role, purchasing of parts from the vendors. So you have to find out the supply chain management link. Some of the company will run the global level and they will purchase from India or other countries as well. When I am talking about styling is aesthetic parts, but aesthetics will come along with ergonomics as well. Many of the ergonomics engineers are required basically in seating companies. Seating might be pilot seat, co-pilot seat, as well as driver, co-driver seat or passenger seat. Also in trucks or automotive cars, ABC pedals, accelerator, brake, clutch pedals. For that purpose also you need ergonomics engineer. Basically how much human feet can push the pedal, how much travel will be there, how much kg weight is required. There is various department, NPI, new product introduction, new product development, then design will be there, development engineer, product engineering, integration, and as well as reliability. Reliability engineer will look for the mean time between failure, how much hours it will run, or what will be the servicing schedule, everything will be there. A product engineer, basically a critical role, he will run from start of the project till end of the project. So he might involve in sales, marketing, cross-functional team as well, until production handover, basically. So integration, NPI, and product engineer, these are the critical roles in industry. There are product performance group, generally, many industries will call. Basically, they will do FEA, finite element analysis. Also, they will do durability analysis as well as crash for crash safety analysis. NVH is noise vibration harshness analysis. This is from vibration engineering perspective, as well as they will do thermal management. And some of the companies require magnetics. Some of the magnetic analysis also needs to be performed. I'm writing magnetic specifically here. Many of the in aerospace industry, when our component consider if it is having magnetic or magnetic components, it should not create hindrance to the other components, and we have to certify our product for EMI, electromagnetic interference, and EMC, electromagnetic compatibility point of view. So magnetics also one of the kind of analysis. Sometimes analysis means analysis by calculation as well, or by analytical thinking. It is not always required FEA and other things, software only. So some hand calculations also sometimes will be analysis. PPC, production planning control, is also one of the department. He should be having sound knowledge of manufacturing, tooling as well, one of the department. Servicing. So basically production planning control department, what it will do based on the demand from business development or sales and marketing, he will decide how much material to procure inside and how much should be my delivery at the end of day or end of the month. So PPC is also one of the good department if you are interested to work in production floor, and as well as manufacturing, tooling and service. Service means servicing engineer. Means they will do the servicing for the machines, press machines, hydraulic machines, pneumatic machines in the plant. They will be involved in tear down and benchmarking activity, and as well as preventive maintenance or total productive maintenance of the components. There is one more engineer. Right now I have seen in many of the industries required. One is industrial engineering. You have studied some of the topics related to industrial engineering or might be one of the subject. So in many forging industries and press machine industries, one of the tool they are using, SMED, single minute exchange of die. It is a teamwork kind of thing only. I will give a similar example. In a Ferrari car, whenever they want to change the tire, there will be 4-member team and they will be doing the change quickly because each person knowing their role perfectly, and they will not depend on each other. And they will do within 20 seconds, 30 seconds or 1 minute. Similarly, this concept came in industry, single minute exchange of dies. Whenever you want to change the product based on market demand, you should change your dies quickly. It is forging or press machine dies. Time study will be done by industrial engineering. There is one more engineer required, quality. Basically for 5S process. 5S means sort, straighten, standardize, sustain, and maintaining that. E5S. E5S means our software where or you are using laptop, mobiles. Some of the data, not needed data, you have to delete it, remove all the data. And arrange data neatly in your folders, workstation. That is E5S. SPC is statistical process control. Whenever you are producing any part from machine, whether a product produced has the dimension, critical dimension within upper and lower limit, that is called statistical process control. Continuous improvement, root cause analysis. This will be done by quality engineer. Continuous improvement is applicable to our day-to-day life as well. If you are designing any product, how you can improve that design, that is also continuous improvement of design. Various kaizens will be there. Quality, you have seen many of the involved in inward inspection engineering, in process and delivery engineering while delivering the product to the customer. So basically inward quality engineer one role, in process separate role, delivery engineer separate role. There will be design and DOM reviews. Design means in any industry design reviewer will be there. Digital mock-up means it is an assembly basically, and cross-functional team will be reviewing it. When I am talking about cross-functional team, basically a team from sales, marketing, tooling, manufacturing, they all will be involved with design and product engineer. They will give their suggestions and product will get improved and robust design can be made. A testing of product is required, testing engineer will be there and product validation engineer. Sometimes what happens, we have to certify our product from various bodies in medical field, automotive field, as well as aerospace field. So product documentation and certification. This is also one of the prominent role in many industries. You know AR, AI in Kothur, Pune, VRD Nagar is there, and also Chennai. They are doing for automotive, various brake test, steering test, and certification of passenger cars and trucks and buses. FAA, Federal Aviation Authority, this is for aerospace. And also in medical equipment, I haven't worked. Many bodies are there who will be certifying the product. Then only you can launch the product in the market. You are seeing that right now corona vaccine is going on. It is right now in the third stage or second stage, but no one it's certified. That's why it is not yet launched or available to the common customer or consumer, basically. So it is applicable in medical industry as well. Standards. There will be standardization department who will be doing the standardization of some of the items. What is this? COTS, commercial off-the-shelf items like bolt, fasteners, consumable items, some adhesives, some usable items like that. Some of the design standards you have to set and maintain. Some of the quality standards. A standardization department will be there. I think in Tata Motors also there is one department, standardization, and where team size is around 30 to 40. And separate GM, general manager role is there for standardization. Another is environmental and safety. This is also one of the role. You have to work from EHS, environmental hazard and safety point of view. Then REACH and ROHS. These are required basically in aerospace industry. You should not use hazardous chemical substances, beryllium material, or some of the components in the general design applications, basically. So these are the various departments, and as well as a lot of other list will be there, but I have tried to cover various departments. Generally, you may not be knowing why mechanical engineering is required, but these are the around 50 or 60 or more than that roles are available to the mechanical engineers. Subsequent slides are there, how you can show your talent during interview so that you are suitable to any of these departments. I will indicate that to you mainly. So just right now, do you have any questions for this slide? Okay, you may not remember the long form right now. That's okay. But you should remember at least department. That is good. If you do not have any questions, I will go to the next slide.
Sir, we have a doubt in the chat box.
Okay.
Sir, it is.
Maybe that at the end we can consider.
Yes, sir. It will do.
Okay. Okay. Because just let me check. I am at 4th slide. I have 3 more slides, basically.
Yes, sir. After your full session, we can keep that question answer.
Yeah. Okay. So now I will be moving to the next. So now see here, I will just quick recap. You came to know government organization, competitive exams, as well as education criteria for many organization. Then you came to know various industries available to you, mainly many companies. Then you came to know departments and various roles for mechanical engineering. Now I am moving to the next. Generally, I am giving just briefly here only why I have captured. Many industries will ask for the new product development. NPD stands for new product development, and it is a stage gate process basically. So you should aware of this process. You will be working as a manufacturing engineer, design engineer, production engineer, doesn't matter. Sales, marketing, doesn't matter. But at least you should know this. If you are aware at this stage, generally I may not be available during after completing my BTech, but if you are available through this session, what is NPD, what are the stages involved, and if you are able to explain this very well to the recruiter, HR, and as well technical person during your technical interview, then you will get at least cracked by these things. So I have divided the NPD, new product development, into 6 gates or 6 stages. One is definition. What are the activity involved here? Market study, whether any problems are there in markets. Can I do some innovation for that product? I will search whether any companies are doing patents for that product. Oh, then I should do different patents. Then based on problem statement and identification, I have to identify the improvement areas in the product. Product means any product, car, automotive, anything, medical equipment. Through the product issues, some of the customer returns will be there, field failures will be there. Every problem will be the opportunity for the improvement, as I indicated through CI, continuous improvement. Technical brainstorming you have to conduct, where cross-functional team will be involved. Sales, marketing, purchase, manufacturing, design, quality, customer returns, everyone will be available. And they will brainstorm for potential ideas. They will lock for in the room for entire day, or some companies, they will do the workshop for entire week, where they will gather together to generate ideas. And once ideas are generated, shortlisting of that ideas, and they will select the best idea based on the scope as well as budget. And there might be constraints related to finance, whether we can launch only in India or we want to launch in US. If we want to launch in US, stringent norms will be there. Then what will be the product cost? That all matters. Then portfolio and feasibility study will be there. Sometimes company has to decide whether to make the product in-house or make it outside. That is make and buy decisions. All this will happen in definition phase. I indicated some of the roles: business development, marketing. These role will be involved extensively here. Definitely product engineer also involved and integration engineer also involved here. Second will be the concept design. So now based on brainstorming, you have selected the one of the concept. So what you have to do, you have to again do preliminary and detailed market study for the selected idea. You have to create some 3D models, concepts using software like AutoCAD, Creo, CATIA, and so on. Then you have collected, suppose, 3 concepts. Then you have to do the trade study. Concept 1, concept 2, concept 3. These are the parameters, and which concept is best based on the parameters with pros and cons. Pros means advantages, cons means consequences or disadvantages. And you have to select potential workable concept, and this will happen through review, and this will happen at very early stage. We have not yet manufactured. It is available only in digital, through digital mock-up, design reviews only. Once concept is selected, some criticism will be there, and you have to take that criticism. You have to make that concept robust. You have to provide solution. So every criticism you have to take and provide the solution. Sometimes you may not provide the solution immediately. That's okay, but you can do again detail the market study, patent search and innovation activity, and you will able to provide the problem and solution to the problem. Next phase will be detailed design. So here, once the 3D model is available, we will do FEA, finite element analysis, some of the reliability analysis. For FMEA, failure mode effect analysis, mean time between failure calculations, as well as servicing schedule. These are the things required. Detailed design, you need a 3D model finalizer, 3D assembly finalizer, 2D drawings also finalizer in detailed design. Now I am moving to the final design. Final design is the 4th stage, where design and digital mock-up review again will happen, but some of the detailed things will be happen, and you are reviewing with cross-functional team from 3 aspects basically. You always remember these keywords, and these keywords should be available in your resume basically. DFM, design for manufacturability; DFA, design for assembly; design for serviceability; and one more D is DFMEA, design failure mode and effect analysis. From that perspective, you have to verify that design, do the review. Means how you are going to manufacture that, whether you are going for sheet metal, rolling, or machining, forging, press operations, or how you are going to assemble it on rolling wheels or ground station, or suppose any field failure happens, how you are servicing that. You have to think for that options as well, and you have to create documents. So documentation engineer will be there, or one role I have seen in automotive and aerospace, CMM, component maintenance manual engineer. He will create the manuals. You have seen the manuals for, or some handbook for your two-wheeler as well. Whenever you purchase vehicle, that will be created by a component maintenance manual, CMM engineer. And sometimes CMM word is used in quality as well, that is for coordinate measuring machine, CMM, coordinate measuring machine. And some of the aerospace organization, they have one certification called like ISO certification. There is CMMI. This is for certification. So guys, you always should remember that mainly short form will be used in various industries, but meaning is different. For quality, coordinate measuring machine. Then for servicing people, it is component maintenance manual, and for certification, different meaning. So once final design is ready, you have to go for manufacturing capability. Whether you are doing in-house, you have capability, do in-house. If you don't have capability, you purchase machine, then purchase and go. Otherwise, you buy it from outside. And then production readiness. These are the basically 6 stage gates. At least try to remember these headings, basically, which will help you. If you are able to explain these stage gates during interview, it will help you. Because in many government organization as well, they are conducting the interviews. Private organization anyway, they are conducting written test, group discussion, and as well as interview. At that phase, it will help you. So shall I move to next slide? Okay. So there are 2 more slides, students. So I will complete that. All these slides are linked to each other. That's why I have explained this, and why I explained this, you will come to know. Now I am talking about your CV and skills, basically. Resume. So generally what happens, you are all B engineers, some of the students are completed diploma, and some of the, after diploma they completed BTech or about to complete. And some students joined from 12th and they have joined directly BTech. But in diploma and as well as in your 12th, you might have done some of the projects. That projects are very important. So now when you are writing CV and skills, many people will start with personal details at the first, but don't start with personal details. At the top, name, email ID and mobile number is okay, but other details, whether you are married, not married, date of birth, passport details, address and all these things should come at the last. First thing, you can say your career objective is the main thing, basically. What is your career objective, or which industry you want to serve? Because in career objective, you have to mention your choice or preference of choice. If I am 13-year experience, I have given industry choice as in career objective. Aerospace first, then automotive, then third is heavy equipment, fourth is medical. At least 3 choices should be clear based on industry in career objective. Then you should mention softwares, 3D modeling software, Creo, CATIA, SolidWorks, Autodesk Inventor, or anything. So I will suggest at least you should know one software, basically. You may not require to know all softwares. An interviewer might ask, if you know only Autodesk, how you will indicate Creo or CATIA you will do. So I will answer that as well, how you can do. Then MS Office and some of the analysis software like ANSYS. Okay, key skills. It is very much important. Key skills means you have to mention about you have studied quality engineering, GD&T, geometric dimensioning and tolerance. You have to mention about tolerance stack-up. Sometimes form fit function, which is called as a 3F, basically. And also you have studied in quality engineering, limits, fits and tolerances. That also you have to mention. And as I mentioned earlier, 4D, here it is not F, DFM, DFA, DFS, DFMA. Then you have to mention about design calculations. You have already done that calculation, might be in your project. You have to write that as a key skills. Then some of the problem solving approach, 8D, you might have not used it right now, root cause analysis, but continuous improvement, you can still say, because you are doing continuous improvement for your design or for yourself at personal level. But you have definitely studied some ABC analysis, 80-20 rule, some of the problems which will be having high impact, attack that first, your product design will get improvised. So industry will use various terminology like Pareto analysis and other analysis. So these key skills should be available. In your BTech diploma, you might have attended various trainings and seminars. So you have to mention topic of that seminar mainly, and that will help you, because if somebody might be attended a seminar at IITs, some of the colleges, or you might have done some showcase during exhibition, that also you can mention. Trainings, seminar, and exhibitions. Extracurricular activity, suppose you have mentioned something, did some like MESA activity or any other activity, training and placement activity, that you can mention. So interview will come to know, oh, you are organizing the events, you have some organization skill, you have some leadership skills, that will help him. Strengths, I'm talking about some personal strengths or your competitive thinking, basically. So you can indicate by analytical thinking, or you are a passionate learner or quick learner. Suppose I am facing interview and I am saying that I know only AutoCAD. Then interviewer might ask, then how you will learn quickly? Then you can say, I'm quick learner. I will do analytical thinking between Autodesk and Creo, and I will learn it quickly within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I can opt. Because there will be multiple softwares. You cannot be master in all softwares. You might know one software in detail full, then other softwares, if you learn little bit, that's okay. And give your genuine answers. Some companies will ask how you can rate yourself in softwares on 1 to 5 scale. 1 might be lowest and 5 is expert. Then you can rate yourself based on some of the modules, and you indicate your rating to them. Never give exaggerated rating to industry list, because they will come to know during test and interview. If you have given fake, then that will be problem. So give honest answer, that I will suggest. You might have visited industrial visits, so you capture learnings from that actually. That will also good thing basically. Now I am coming to the project. Here I have written BTech project, but some of the candidates are diploma and they have joined the BTech program. They can mention diploma program, BTech projects, and as well as suppose somebody done already MTech, they can mention MTech. So what they have to mention in abstract, basically, what was the problem statement during your project, what brainstorming activity you completed, and how you developed your project through project during BTech, how you developed a concept, how you done trade study, which manufacturing processes you used, have you done any development, have you done any calculations, have you done any CG analysis, load path analysis, how load will be transferred in structures. For example, in building, wind load will get transferred from roof to columns, columns to the foundation, like that. What are the boundary conditions while doing FEA? And then last will be personal details. And your resume, if you are fresher without experience, 1 page is good. 1 page to 1.5 page. Then I have captured some of the specializations in MTech basically. To the next slide. Machine design, you all know, basically it is available in MS and also in MTech. Manufacturing, industrial engineering branch is there, thermal engineering is there. Applied materials or engineering mechanics you have studied in your first year engineering, that a separate branch is also available for MTech. Robotics and automation, metallurgy, nanotechnology, aerospace, rubber technology, printing technology, and reliability engineering. Rubber technology is also emerging more because we are stopped buying many products from the China basically, and maximum in automotive industry we were buying tires basically from China. So there is a lot of scope available. Also in electrical electronics, PCB, printed circuit boards, we were buying from China basically. That also stopped, and that will affect, but that will be the problem right now. But within 1 or 2 years, definitely India will find out the solutions basically. So do you have questions here in terms of CV and skills? And in specializations, lot of other specializations are also there, but I have captured some important things basically here. So I have done at my end then all the slides. Thank you for your patience and time.
That was really great words from you, sir. This really helps all of us to clear our doubts for future and have a clear vision about what to do in the future. Now, if anyone have any questions, any doubts regarding this, you can ask one by one.
Yeah, sure. Someone was saying that in the chat some question was there, or they want to ask, they can ask.
Yes, sir. That question was, sir, in case of styling, which software we have to learn,
Okay.
like Auto Studio or any other?
Auto Studio is used in Tata Motors, and okay, as I studied, I indicated in the CV basically in the 6th slide, and which I mentioned here. See here, software. Suppose you want to pursue career in styling and all these things. So at least one of the software you should mention here. But if you go in Naukri and other area, they will be mentioning other softwares as well. But suppose you have not learned that software, then you can mention that software. You can mention that Autodesk or Auto Studio, one software, and other software you can indicate you are the beginner or learning that. So it will give idea to the interviewer that you know this software in detail. For example, Creo I know in detail, but CATIA I will rate myself 3 out of 5. But for Creo maybe 4 out of 5. And I am rating after 13 years of experience also 4 out of 5 because lot of modules are available in Creo. It is a huge sea. I cannot be expert in all area. There are piping, sheet metal and other things. So styling basically one of the software is also okay basically, and you should be good in rendering and sketches and color basically, because there will be color scheme also you have to select. For example, in car for a dashboard or interior, how you want to give colors, as well as in civil industry for interior design, which color you want to suit or which type of contrast you want to give. Sometimes in trucks, basically cab will be of different color, previous load body will be of different color basically. So software will be dependent on company to company, but at least one software, if you know, write down that software. Okay, I think you might have asked based on this various departments. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions from participants?
Or they want to go to some previous slides where they have some doubts, that is also okay.
Yes, you can ask.
So guys, remember these industries, departments, stage gates, your CV. These are the important things. MTech specialization anyway, you will come to know from gate brochure and everything. But CV skills is important slide, and this one, and what are the departments available. And if you are joining very small department, these departments will be very close to each other, and also you will learn a lot of things if you are joining from small scale industries and these industries, because you might be knowing some few companies, but you start categorizing the industries, then you will be able to find out the jobs and openings basically. But definitely, another things I missed here in CV and skills. Suppose you have done some elective subjects in your BTech and diploma, please do mention about that. Some people might take automobile engineering as an elective. Some people will take experimental stress analysis, ESA. Some people will take operation research, OR. That is also a good one. Operation research people can go in project management, bids manager. Any questions? Don't hesitate to ask questions. This will be an opportunity to all of you.
Sir, one of our participant has asked you if you can share this PPT for information to the students, then it would be helpful for them.
Just 1 minute. Yeah, sure, no issue. Mainly, I can share mainly. I will share to the MESA team, you all coordinator, and then you can circulate later, basically.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, basically. No issue for sharing.
So there is one more question in chat box. I'll read out it.
Okay.
How can one prepare for GATE examination is the question.
Okay. GATE examination. Okay. So now, graduate aptitude test in engineering, you are opting for the mechanical engineering. Basically, GATE exam is so that student is in final year or which year? Because I will also answer particularly that perspective.
Yes, sir. Final year.
Okay. So, guys, mainly when I went to IITs and all these things, one thing I remembered actually, statistical analysis, basically. When I studied, many people who joined the IITs, basically from many people will join from South India, basically. And they have done very well because generally what happens, from third year in itself, third year and fourth year itself. So they will get good score during final year or after 1 year later final year stage. And please, if anybody is there from first year engineering to fourth year engineering, please listen as well. You download the GATE syllabus first, basically. It is divided into 4 areas. One is the mathematics, basically. Second is design engineering, second portion. Third is fluid mechanics and I will say thermal engineering. And fourth one is the manufacturing engineer. So basically you will study these subjects in detail during your engineering curriculum. But what happened during your education thing, you may not be thinking in detail. You may not be thinking out of the box. You are going for examination pattern wise only, university wise, and you will prepare only from textbook. But when you are preparing for the GATE exam, try to recommend and use IIT authors' books during your regular studies only, apart from your textbook. Try to conceptualize everything and have a command basically on the subjects and as well as analytical thinking. Mathematics, they will ask from 11th, 12th, and as well as first year engineering, because they will ask matrix as well as the probability distribution, also limits, derivatives, and integration, basically. So you have to start study for mathematics from 11th, 12th, some formulas, and as well as many of the notes will help. Do you have your self notes? Because pressure before GATE exam will be very much. One day before, and you have to study all 40 subjects. You may not remember formula. So you should have separate book for formula. Then for each section, as I mentioned, you should have your separate self notes for mathematics, manufacturing, design, and thermal. Suppose I will come to the design. When you are preparing for design section, go from basics and you start study from the primary subject. So physics, you have to study very well. 12th physics, basically. Uniform circular motion and all these things. Some of the oscillations, simple harmonic motion. Some of the questions have been asked in GATE exam from physics as well. Then you have to go for engineering, mechanics, or applied materials. Then you go for strength of materials. Then machine design. Then you study vibration engineering. Then dynamics of machinery. You should follow this sequence. Don't start directly dynamics of machinery without starting physics, applied materials, and strength of materials. It will be not useful. Follow this sequence in design. When you are preparing for thermal engineering, then you have to prepare first basically fluid mechanics, properties of fluids and all these things. And you should know little bit about chemistry and physics in 12th. Second one, after properties, this fluid mechanics, you should go for thermodynamics, then IC engines, refrigeration, air conditioning, and heat transfer. These are the subjects. And many openings in the company will be based on this, and questions will be based on these subjects. And in manufacturing, there are various topics are available in detailed in GATE syllabus. But a GATE pattern maximum, I have studied, generally 80% they will ask the problems, and problems will be prepared by IIT professor, not only single person. For each subject, there will be various panelists available, They will prepare the questions, and out of maybe 50 or 100 questions, 2 or 3 questions will come in the exam. So these are based on not means remembering big formulas, but simple formulas. But you should know basic calculations, and where calculator is not at all required, basically you can use online calculator during your online test, and it will be based on thinking and out of the box. Some of the problems may not be available in textbook. They have created, they will check only where your fundamentals are sound or not, and are you able to answer the questions. And there will be traps always available where most of the students will fail. Means there will be falsy answer will be available and students will tick mark that because they will not think deeply. Some trickiness will be there in the question. You might have to read the question, reading between the lines, and then again and again. And during preparation, don't waste too much time on one question during examination hall. Suppose in 1 or 2 minutes, that question is never triggered up. Don't attempt that, basically. Go for the next question. And go to that section which you have prepared very well. Suppose someone prepared design, try attending design questions. Someone prepared a thermal, try attend that question. Sometimes you might think that I am master in thermal or design, but questions during that examination, particularly very hard for that subject, then your confidence will go down. At that time, you should be able to switch to other topics and subjects so that you will regain the confidence and you will start answering the questions.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
We have one more question related to GATE exam only. Without online and offline coaching, can GATE exam rank under 500? Means can we score all India rank under 500 without any coaching?
Hello, sir.
Sir?
I think there is a network issue on sir's side. Okay, sir has left the meeting due to some connectivity issue. We'll just wait for 2 minutes. Sir will be back, then he'll solve your question. Okay, I got a text from sir. There is actually the electricity cutoff. Okay, Meghana, you continue.
Okay. So now I request Shraddha Gasgate, Vice President of Team MESA, to propose a word of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Shraddha
Hello.
Gasgate, Vice. Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Actually, I lost the connection through laptop. I have joined it through mobile. So can you repeat that question?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Meghna.
sir. Yeah. So, sir, the question was, without online or offline coaching, can we crack the GATE exam and also score rank under 500?
Possible. I have not opted for coaching. I have done only self-study. And that's why I indicated the sequence of studies. You have to purchase the books for IIT's authors, basically. And you can score and you have to study hard, basically. And you should indicate that to ourselves. Competition is not within Pune or Maharashtra. Competition is within India. So you have to prepare hard. And cracking is possible.
Okay, sir. So I think we don't have any more questions from participants. So now I request Shraddha Gasgate, Vice President of Team MESA, to propose a word of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Shraddha Kachghate, Vice President of Team MESA, would like to thank on behalf of MESA DIT and Dr. D.Y. Patil College Institute of Technology. I would like to thank Mr. Shriram Mate sir for giving his time and giving such a great seminar. It was really very helpful, sir. Uh, I would like to thank Principal Sir Pramod Patil Sir, Academic Dean Dr. Urmila Patil Ma'am, HOD KK Dhande Sir, Faculty Coordinators Aniket Fatangde Sir, Abhishek Dap Sir. Thank you, sir, for your encouragement and support. I would like to thank all the participants for joining us and supporting us. Thank you, everyone, for joining our seminar.
Thank you all. Thank you, D.Y. Patil Engineering College and MESA team. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a really great webinar with you.
Okay, thank you. Actually, if there is some specific questions related to GATE and all these things, there should be a separate session because it cannot be clubbed because
Yes,
it
sir.
will go in detail.
Yes, sir. We are going to plan one more that would be exclusive for GATE and competitive exams.
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
Yes,
I will
sir.
help there as well. No, mainly.
Yes, sir. And our student really want that. And sir, it would be really great for us if you could attend that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your time. Thank you each and everyone. Please note that everyone should fill the feedback form. It is been provided in the chat box. Please go through it and fill the feedback form as soon as it is possible.